Ma'am, what is this?
It is a globe. It is a model of our Earth.
That means our Earth is round in shape.
Yes, dear, you are right. The Earth on which we live is like an orange. It is slightly flat on the top and bottom.
But ma'am, what does this blue and green color denote in the globe?
Ria, Earth is made up of land and water. The blue part shows water and the green part shows the land. Dear, you will be surprised to know that more than 3/4 part of the Earth is covered with water.
Really, ma'am?
Yes, dear.
We live on land, isn't it, ma'am?
Right, Ria. But the land is not same everywhere. It has different forms. The different land forms on our Earth are hills, valleys, mountains, plains, etc. The part covered by water bodies is much larger than the land forms.
Ma'am, what are plains?
Plains are the places where the land is flat. Most of the people live in the plains. Plains are good for growing crops and fruits.
Ma'am, what about highlands?
At some places there are highlands. They are called hills. The land of a hill is rocky. It is difficult to grow crops there.
Ma'am, are they the same as mountains?
No, dear. A mountain is an area of land that rises very high above the land around it. They are higher than hills. They are often covered with snow. When the snow on the mountains melts, rivers are formed.
What is a valley, ma'am?
Dear, valley is an area of lowland between the hills or mountains. A valley has very fertile land and people grow crops in it.
Ma'am, what is the difference between a valley and an island?
An island is a piece of land with water on all sides.
That is so interesting. Can we go on an island, ma'am?
Yes, people live on many islands. We can go there by ship or by plane. Plateau is another landform. It is higher than a plane but flat on top like a table. Hence, it is also called as tableland. The land on Plateau is not good for growing crops. Dear, can you name the famous desert in Rajasthan?
It is the Thar Desert, isn't it, ma'am?
Very good, dear.
What is the difference between a desert and a forest?
The area of land which is barren and often covered with sand is called a desert. There is always a shortage of water in the desert. Very few plants and animals are found in the desert. But forests are large green areas of lands that are completely covered with trees. Many types of animals live in these forests. Ria, you must also know that 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. Streams, rivers, lakes, seas and oceans are all water bodies.
Ma'am, are all water bodies the same?
No, they all are different. A big sea or a large body of water is called an ocean, and a sea is a large body of salt water that covers most of the area of the Earth's surface.
Ma'am, can we drink seawater?
No, dear, we cannot drink the water of sea as it is salty.
Why is seawater salty?
The salty taste of seawater comes from minerals that have been washed into the sea by rivers.
Ma'am, what are the other sources of water?
River is a channel carrying a large amount of water. The two sides of a river are called its banks. Rivers flow through the mountains and help to make our earth green and beautiful. A large area of fresh or salty water surrounded by land is called a lake. Ria, I hope you will remember what I have told you about our earth.
Yes, ma'am, we will.